into this next topic. We got this question from Cruise Season, right? On their show, they said women give their best selves in prime years to toxic men, and then want a good man when they're damaged goods on the clearance rack. Is that true or false?
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's rude.
He said that in the video, right?
Yeah.
I think I was there. That. Yeah.
Oh, you was there for that?
That's the one where, we was all there.
Oh.
We was all there.
It was in Dallas. That was the one in Dallas.
Okay.
Okay.
How
y'all feel about that one?
One, that's rude.
Damaged goods, like what?
We gonna
Do
get
you
past.
get it? Like, you get what he's saying.
Yeah,
though.
we
Like,
gonna get past.
I don't.
We gonna
You
get
get
past
what
the
he
rude
said?
part. It was a little rude, but how do y'all feel about the message? Like,
I feel like, in order to know what you really truly want, you are going to have to be in a few relationships. So when you say, give your good years to toxic, maybe like maybe you're going through levels. You're going, like you gotta remember, like how old are we when we get into relationships, like real relationships, right? And you probably think that this is what you want. Right, and it's not what you want. The person is talking not good, and then you go into the next, right? Right, and now you probably a little hurt, you're a little, scorn, and you know what you want because you already been through the stages of what you don't want. So you can't really say give your good years to a toxic person, and then when you already burnt out and after running and trying to figure out what you really want, you're ready to settle with a good man. Like I want a good man from the gate. I just didn't know you was a fuck nigga. No.
I don't know about that one, man.
You don't think that women know that certain
Not
guys
all
are
the
gonna...
time. Not all the time.
No.
You don't meet somebody and be like, oh yeah, I know you're absolutely toxic.
So what's the purpose of y'all having women's intuition, zodiac signs, all this
Women's
other
intuition
all
comes
this shit
after
is-
sexual intercourse. You have that intuition with a certain man after y'all done shared that spiritual bond and all that. No, for real. Like once you have sex with a man and you've been with a person, you've been with this man for a while, certain feelings that you get about them, yes, and that's when the women's intuition comes in.
Only after sex.
With
you
bonding, period. And sex, yes, is a part of that bonding. But bonding with somebody for a certain amount of time, yes, you're gonna get a woman's intuition with that person.
so, this woman.
So what about the zodiac? Because y'all always, what's your zodiac? Oh, I can't. We not compatible. Y'all love
heavy on
zodiac.
that.
Like she heavy on that.
I'm heavy.
Oh, you
on
have
that.
I'm not heavy on it.
Yeah.
I'm not heavy on that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Now that you say that,
What?
right?
Please. What?
First of all, you got any kids? No. Okay, all right. So how many toxic relationships you been in?
How many
Yeah.
that I really can truly consider toxic?
That
Like
many?
eight.
What
She
the
like
fuck?
8,
Like,
9, 10.
No,
11,
like two,
like-
Carry the one.
like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Okay.
So clearly the zodiac shit ain't working for you. I ain't gonna hold you. Man. Because if you picking niggas off their zodiac and you
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I started getting into zodiac as I became an adult, like in my
I ain't gonna hold you. That shit. I'm gonna keep it real with you though. That shit is a waste of time.
Yeah, I ain't
It's a
gonna...
big waste of time.
It's a waste of time to y'all. Why? Because it's not.
Because y'all be saying you'll look at me and I'll tell you a few details about me and then you be like, you're a Capricorn, and I'm like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't say. I ask first. Once you start.
and then I look. Oh, you look like a Capricorn.
I don't.
That's exactly how it
That, no.
Yo, you know how many times I caught women in the lie, like they say, what's your zodiac sign? I be like, Cancer. And then, you give me Cancer. I'm not a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And then I tell them, you do give me that too. I'm like,
I think people be using that to justify themselves too.
Yeah.
Like, I did that because I'm a Cancer. No, you did it because you an asshole.
That is true. I'm toxic. It's the Aquarius.
Yeah,
in
so
me or
you ain't
some
never
shit
got to
like that.
change.
And you know what sign could be an asshole?
What?
All of them.
Right.
Like, what you mean, bro? What you mean?
I don't think it's about that. I think it's about certain traits that you notice that.
I think you can find compatibility with anybody that you meet. You hear what I'm saying? We all similar in some ways and we all different in some ways. And it's just about finding the right person. I don't think you need to find people like, I'm waiting for the person that's just like me. No, I don't think that's not for me. That could be for somebody else. But I want to find somebody that's a yin to my yang. You know what I'm saying? So that we fit together like a puzzle.
That's a fact.
So when it comes to dudes that's toxic, like we was talking about before,
Yeah.
y'all really had to be oblivious to the toxicity
Hell
until
no.
the nigga cheat.
You believe that if you want.
It don't
Like, I
be,
know,
it
that's-
don't be
yeah, I call
until
it.
the nigga cheat. It could be other things that could be toxic. It could be manipulation. It could be, it could be like it could be a lot of things other than just cheating. Like
I don't be
You gotta
understanding how
remember,
niggas
niggas be
having a
young
whole
and dumb
family
too
and wives.
sometimes. Like, we just be trying to, like, explore. When you first, like, usually your first toxic relationship or, like, the wasted years, your prime, whatever, is when... Because, all right, for me, I feel like my first real relationship, I wasted 5 years of my life with somebody, and it was super toxic. But I didn't know I was going to be in a toxic relationship, and I don't feel like I'm damaged goods because I let somebody waste 5 years of my life. I learned a
You have
lesson.
kids?
No, I have a dog. But
You would have said a cat, I would have been like, damn. Like, I'm saying, but like,
I don't believe it's a waste. I feel like you learn from every situation.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel like some people get comfortable with that same situation. So you get out of a situation where somebody could have been wrong for you, a man or a woman. They could have been wrong for you. And then you're so comfortable with it, you find a next person that was just like the motherfucker you
no,
just
but that's
left.
all right. No, that's stupid. That's
You
And
get what
when,
I'm
when
saying?
you
maybe
figured out
does
that
happen sometimes.
It does
you know.
happen.
when you figured out that he was toxic, why didn't you leave? How long did it take to figure that out?
I was. It took 5 years. I was young.
But what year did you figure out he was toxic though?
Like year 1, year 2, year 3.
No, it was like year 3. Yeah,
So
it
you
was
stayed
like-
extra
Yeah,
2
so you
years.
stayed 2
Like,
years.
I like this.
I was
Yeah.
trying to. No, I was young. I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I think when people say this is because, you know, women usually tend to go for the toxic men. Then they do have these traumas that come with those relationships, and now they have that judgment on all men. Now all men ain't shit. Y'all heard women say, "Yo, niggas ain't shit," because they dealt with maybe 1 or 2 niggas that wasn't shit, and now all men ain't shit. So now the guys that have worked something, that made something of their lives, now they have to come in with you having all this trauma about niggas ain't shit. I know you gonna cheat on me, this, that, and the third. You might have kids, so now that's another responsibility that I have to take on that I had no control over. So I think that's where it becomes like, all right, well, I worked as a man. I worked so hard in my life to try to find me a compatible woman, and now the woman that I've met is have all this trauma, is toxic, got kids. Like, now it seems like, all right, well, I'm getting the clearance rack. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where it starts to come from. Like,
Whereas if
I
I,
think
would have
it's
met
really
you
unfair.
before this, I mean, you might have been the perfect woman for me. You know what I mean?
I think it's unfair though to like say that because a lot of men come into situations unhealed too.
No, they be
That
capping.
is a fact.
They be
Like,
capping to get on your emotional
right,
side.
so-
No, they be capping to get on your emotional side.
So-
they go, "Oh, I was heartbroken in 8th grade, and she broke my heart." That's just so he keep you on leash.
Talking about something from the 8th grade.
Yeah, I got my heart broken in 6th grade, man.
See?
And then they hold
Let it
on to
go.
that until adulthood, and it's like grow up,
Yeah,
like get
let it
over it,
go.
and it is a
No, that's a manipulation tactic.
It is.
That's
It is.
Yeah.
But
but you do know men have their bad experiences with women, like, you know.
yeah,
Women-
so do women. So
Yeah,
why
that's
is
what
it-
I'm saying, but
why do we become damaged goods, and what do y'all experience?
Right. What are y'all?
Because,
Facts.
but the difference is,
What do y'all consider?
women value older men. Like, as women get older, they tend to lose value. So now that you're older, you're in your 30, 35. Not only do you think all men ain't shit now, you have this toxic mindset. You might have kids, so that's where it becomes damaged goods. I'm not saying men aren't damaged goods, but y'all tend to value older men where older men don't really value older women like that. You know what I mean? We value younger women or women that's in their prime because we are attracted to beauty, fertility. Those are things that men are, they value.
Fertility.
Yeah, for
men
real.
value
That's
that.
why
You know what I'm saying?
cross culturally, from men from 18 to 60 judged at what age women were the most attractive, and it was from 22 to 24. Cross culturally, so that's a
Sound
nationwide.
like Leonardo
that's
DiCaprio.
global,
Word.
that's a global statistic.
Oh, you turned 25?
Yeah, 22 to 24. That's why Leo. It ain't
Yeah.
why, but yeah, as soon as you turn 25.
25,
He
you
gets
out
you
of
out
I saw
the
that
door.
article. I'm like,
But yeah, it
These are
affects.
all races of men.
Yeah, it's global. It was a global experiment. So yeah, it's just one of those things, and it affects us differently because you said it earlier, but I think it affects us differently because women don't really care about a man's body count. They don't care as much because it doesn't affect them as much. Men care about a woman's body count because for paternity reasons. So historically speaking, for all of evolution, when we were becoming human beings, we didn't have DNA tests or paternity tests. So if a woman was sleeping around, you didn't know if you was giving your resources to your child or somebody else's child. So if you were a woman that was sleeping around, you would be an outcast. You would be pretty much left to prostitution if you had a child with a man and you didn't know who was the father because you were sleeping around. So just biologically speaking, men care about how many people you slept with for paternity reasons. So it's
Let alone
evolutionary.
how many dudes y'all think would take y'all back if he knew you was fucking around on him? Some would, but if you really put it on the scale, how many
Most
dudes
things-
really staying for it?
Yeah, and
I mean, I'm asking y'all.
I think the ones that might stay are the ones that already know they did so much fucked up shit. It's like
Yeah, even them niggas that did that fucked up shit, they ain't tolerating
Nah,
that
it's a lot of
shit.
niggas that's like that. But I think
And-
some are like, nah, I know I didn't. Some have that. I
Yeah.
feel like some would be on that. Type of
If I'm fucking around, I'm damn sure ain't giving you the second chance. You get what I'm saying? Because I already got all these other options. It might sound shicey, but I think it's either the dudes that are really in love and invested or don't want to start over.
yeah.
That type of shit. But like most dudes that do have all these fucking options and you cheating,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
I'm the fucking cheater here. You get what I'm saying? Like, not
There can
you.
only be one cheater in this house. Like,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And there's also another statistic that talks about sexual exclusivity before marriage, where the number of partners a woman has before marriage affects the longevity of her marriage and her happiness in that marriage. So if you marry a virgin or a woman that's only slept with one person, generally speaking, the man she married, you have an 80% chance after 10 years that woman's going to be happy in her marriage. While if she's had only 5 bodies, that decreases to like 25%. So
Lord
I
knows
don't
we
think
don't
people
know.
are honest to women when they, I don't think people are honest with women when they talk to women about sleeping around and the effect that it has on your life or just your ability to
On
pair
the
bond with
man's
other
life,
men.
not on
Yeah.
our life, on being
On y'all lives
by
too,
y'all.
because a lot
Yeah.
of single mothers out here too. Like, you know what I mean? Because y'all sleeping around so much,
You gotta sleep
unprotected.
around and be a single mother?
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you have to decide to have the baby. You have to have looked at this man and said, not only am I going to sleep with him, but I'm going to carry his baby to term.
And I know he ain't shit. Like,
And
you
I know
what I'm
he
saying?
ain't
Like,
nothing. Yeah, that's
All
why.
gonna be there.
Yeah, that's why when women,
So every woman that is a single mother, you feel like that was the situation?
not all of them. Not all of them, no. Some of them come from marriage and maybe she got widowed or something. But the vast majority, especially in the African American community, 77% of the kids born in our community are born out of wedlock, meaning no marriage. And that's almost a guaranteed disaster.
Right.
The woman's gonna almost be guaranteed to be in poverty. And so other communities, they marry before they carry. That's what gives them such an advantage in life. Because if you marry a man, at the very least, if he leaves you, he's at least financially responsible. You have child support, but it ain't as big of a deal. Like you ain't getting that much money from
you
child
have,
support, to keep it honest. But yeah, you want to marry before you carry, and that's a huge problem in our community. We don't promote that. We promote that women can go out and sleep with whoever they want. Without any repercussions like men do. And that same study was actually done on men and it had no effect. So a man can literally sleep with 50 women, have no effect on him being happy in his marriage.
Really?
It's because men, who would be surprised about that? Like if we're just being honest, let's keep it a buck.
That's a fact.
If we're just being honest, men are different than women. Like we could tell by let's just be honest. So that's not a surprising thing to me.